Alright, it's been years since I've done this, but it's time. We're going to do the front brakes on this 86 YFM 200DX Moto4. Cable play is fine, it's returning. That's not so bad. Got some white lithium grease in there. You see the play, the springs are okay. Springs are okay. So to get in here, I've got to take this nut off, secured by a zip tie. We're going to fix that as well. Should be able to take these off and take a look and see what the what those brake shoes look like. I think the last time I did these brakes 5-6 years ago. For that, so the long story, bought this ATV when my wife and I were dating, probably circa 2006. Rode it for a year or two, and then it ended up sitting in a field for almost 7 years. So 2013, 2014, I brought it up here, went over it, we started riding it again, having some fun. So let's see, yeah, 2014 was the last time I touched this, so we're doing 6 years. These brakes aren't looking too bad in here, at least this side. These have a performance pad in them, so it's a vented pad, which is actually kind of nice for these because after you go through silt, you get everything gummed up, and these vents push all that gummed up stuff out. Bearings aren't bad. We'll repack those a little bit. These pads are not bad. I'm gonna get eye protection before I pull these off though. You know, this might actually just be a brake cleaner type job. So I'll compare these against a new set, but these performance guys look to have the bite still on them that they need. You can see getting these hubs off back in the day, there's a few little cracked out sections here, but okay. This is the mechanism during which when the cable pull happens, see that? Not a whole lot. One thing I'm interested to see in here, might not be able to get it off without undoing all this, but is there anything that could stand to be lubed? This really isn't bad at all. I think this is going to get a hit from brake cleaner. Repack the bearing a little bit. I mean, it's all fine. Looking, feeling inside here. There's a slight lip forming. Really not bad though. I think ultimately these brakes, they really need just to be adjusted. Not bad. Put a dab of marine grade grease. In the bearing, freshen it up a little bit. Not even going to try and remove the old grease. Just going to try and push it in there. This is the same stuff I use when I pack trailer bearings. And I like the marine grade because, well, these bearings do get into the mud. Okay, change my gloves. Let's put this back together. That was pretty straightforward. I was not at all expecting a brake job to be this straightforward, because it never is. Now I've jinxed myself. Put the pads on. Springs are still in here, hooked in. The hooks on the springs to the inside. Slip it over. Just like that, nothing to it. going to start these wing nuts. So I'm going to start adjusting these wing nuts from the very bottom here. Watching for this to be pulling level. And then up top here, we will take up slack across both of them. But I'm going to count my spins in here. So there's, I count them by half. So that's 1, 2, 10. 1, 2. Still good. Let's go another 5. Let's go. 5. No drag. Go another 5. Spinning. Spinning. Go another 5. I see I'm starting to run out of play on these lower springs. So now we're going to adjust both from up here. This one is tighter than this one. We're going to come out by 3. 1, 2, 3. Trying to get them feeling the same. Holding the brake. Slip it a little. Slip it a little. This one's still a little tighter. What that means, this cable could be a little more stretched. That feels pretty good. Free spinning. Free spinning. Hit the brakes. It's locked up good. A little bit of slip. Locked up good. With a little spinning. I'm gonna come on here 2. 1, 2. My lever. Locked up good. Locked up good. Okay, put the tires back on. I think we're adjusted. First, I am going to replace some cotter pins here and here, my spindles. One's that. The other one only has some cotter pin remnants, it looks like. While we're here, I'm going to touch up some of these rust spots here as best I can without getting the shocks, springs. I suppose if I wanted to, I could just take the shock off and do this, but let's see what I can do. There's not a lot of rust up here. The other thing is this looks like a satin finish. So for the chassis, semi-gloss, not a satin, semi-gloss Rust-Oleum black. This, I've touched some of the front of the frame here. A lot of the rest of this is pretty matte. I haven't touched, but just little spots to get rid of the rust spots. Get my cap back on here now. Yep. When I get my new battery in, I'll touch that up. I'm not trying to do a fantastic match here. I can't get at the back of this custom exhaust. This is just welded pipe. Oop, before I lose that, put that back on. I love these tires. These are, oh, what are they? Chenshin tires, CST tires. I also do business as Maxxis tires. Jackals, 2211-8. I can't find these, but these are, I think these were originally 4-ply. They actually came with this, so they are, what, 2006 these were on here. 14 years more. Huge gash down there in the sidewall, so it's time. Give you a little preview here. This is the yellow that was on here, and yeah, you can see K&N underneath here. It's, you know, plastics aren't great, but from 10 feet with a coat of some kind of clean paint looks nice. This is the yellow we're going to. This was a sun gloss. They don't make it anymore, so we're going to a sunburst. A little more tint of an orange in here. Trick's going to be letting this dry, cleaning off what's coming off of the trees. Getting enough coats. Hard to find plastics. These are the original plastics it came with this whole front snapped off. I may cut this. I may, once I get it on, see if I like it, do like a race cut so that they match. The other thing, as a part of this tune-up, front bumper. So I found out today the bumper was held on by one screw. Only one screw there. This is something I might see if I can find another one on eBay. Somebody hit something. Wasn't me.